Hey there, duckies! So I'm sure we all know these people, unless you've just opened the internet for the first time. Some of them are just annoying, but you're still homies. Some get socially exhausting or, worst case scenario, toxic and emotionally draining. But anyways, let me introduce you to some of the worst internet personalities. Alright, so this one is definitely not the worst, but it gets to the point. You're wondering whether you're seeing a comment made by an actual person or just a bot. Most of the time, they're simply innocent, but awfully unfunny. For example, they just repeat themselves all the time, like broken records, or say things that make no sense at all. They're chronically online, and it just seems like they have a built-in script in their mind. If you ever meet them outside their room, they're either a total loser or the kindest and purest person. Not much personality, but not the biggest threat. The main character. I'm sure I don't have to explain this, but let's be fair. We've all acted like the main character at least once in our lives. Don't lie to me. You'd only be lying to yourself as well. These people usually lack attention and praise in the real world, so they turn to the internet. They act like they're on top of the world, while without approval they can only curl up in a ball and cry in a corner. Their ego needs to be fed, and they can't accept it when someone doesn't agree with them. Besides, they think that the consequences of their actions are non-existent, and they can just ignore everything, since someone else will fix it. The rage baiter. Alright, this one is usually harmless, but you and I both fallen for the tricks of a rage baiter. Or perhaps you are a rage baiter. Or perhaps I am a rage baiter. Regardless, it's quite fun to make your friends mad. Then again, some people just like making strangers mad. That's when it gets annoying. Dude, mind your own business. Seriously though, don't fall for their bait. Wink wink. Rage bait. They will try to irritate you on purpose and use misinformation to make it even worse. Why? They simply love getting a reaction out of others. So don't let them. Don't react. Don't even make a video mentioning them. I am making this mistake right now.
Mark, look, I made a mistake.
A steak!
Yes.
Moving on to the worst personality of this video. The professional victim. What exactly is a professional victim? I will explain since it might not be a popular term. Like many names on this list, this person seems to weaponize victimhood for attention and manipulation. Out of all, I consider it the most harmful behavior. It's characteristic of them to fake post for validation, sympathy, and engagement. They will try to prove how poor they are. The whole world is against them after all. They will use you and take advantage of your kindness, pity. Some of them pretend and fake to be seriously ill. To gain donations, they might use footage of elderly people who, for example, run a small business. They might even pretend they're at war. Remember, always check the profile and make sure that the so-called victim is telling the truth. Alright, now hear me out. You may keep scrolling, keep arguing, keep rotting your brain, or you can finally log off and face the fact that most of it isn't that deep. Some of us want to make actual meaningful content, but it's impossible to get noticed amidst this circus. So yeah, there's the internet, full of people convinced that they must put on a performance and the audience consuming it all willingly. But hey, don't worry, you're definitely not a part of it, right?